Mountain stream fishing can be among the most rewarding of angling experiences. The fish are generally plentiful and eager to bite. The tackle and techniques required can be kept simple, and the beauty of the natural surroundings makes even a fishless day a success. So join me today as we discuss some of the techniques and principles that can help you to increase your odds at landing one of the wild and hard-fighting fish that swim in these often bountiful small mountain streams. One of the first considerations when fishing a small stream is tackle selection. A short, light-action rod paired with a well-balanced reel is an excellent starting point. If you are hiking into a remote stream or intend to cover a lot of water, a quality telescoping rod may be an ideal choice. When choosing line, 2 to 6 pound monofilament or fluorocarbon is typically enough to handle the small to mid-sized fish that you are likely to encounter. A small selection of terminal tackle, such as hooks, weights, and lures, can be carried simply and easily in a small plastic tackle box. Your tackle, as well as any other fishing gear, can be transported in a small hip pack, a standard fishing vest, or even a front pack for ease of access. I've carried my tackle in just about every way imaginable, everything from the old fishing vest to just a simple hip pack, a small hip pack. But without a doubt, my favorite way now to carry it is my good old ribs vest, man. I just have everything right at my fingertips, and I can carry a lot more stuff. I can have a drink or a snack while I'm on the water. Just can't beat it. I got everything I need at my fingertips. Lure selection is generally a matter of preference. One of the most productive lures for calling in the fish is an inline spinner, such as a Mepps, Panther Martin, or Rooster Tail. Water level and clarity will dictate lure size and color choice. Another highly productive technique is of course to utilize live or artificial baits like salmon eggs or night crawlers. Baits indigenous to the area that you are fishing are always a deadly choice. If fly fishing, pay particular attention to any insects and hatches that may be occurring, and always remember to check the regulations for the body of water that you will be fishing prior to heading out. I like to keep things simple a lot of the time and just fish, something like a grasshopper you picked off the bank, or even a salmon egg drifted along the bottom. But probably one of my most favorite ways to fish is a lure, a spinner, inline spinner. Just exciting, just that feel the thump of the blades in the water, and then just the slam of the fish when he hits your line. You can't beat it, man. The most productive times for fishing are early morning and the hours just before dark, as these are the times when the fish are most actively feeding, although good fishing can be had during the middle of the day as well. Perhaps the most critical factor in determining your success is your ability to read the water that you're fishing. Fish hold in areas that provide the maximum amount of food with the least amount of expended energy. Knowing these areas will help you to eliminate unproductive water. Let's take a quick look at some of the most common locations that you will want to focus on. Pocket water is a section of the stream which contains large rocks, boulders, or other debris. Active fish will hold in the area or pocket formed behind these obstructions. Highly active fish can also be found in front of the boulder as well as the current seam to either side. Pools or holes are also areas that hold and concentrate fish. These don't necessarily have to be deep, just deeper than the average depth of the stream, and preferably with some type of overhead cover. While talking about cover, it is also important to note that some of the best locations to fish in any stream are those that have some type of cover present, whether a tree fallen across the water or an undercut bank. Another prime feeding area is the riffle, which is typically found above a pool or a run. Active fish will often move into this shallow, fast water to intercept any food being carried downstream. Riffles are most productive in the early and late hours of the day. You know, reading water is really not that complicated. There's a lot of components to it. You know, you can make it complicated, but what I've found is really you spend a little bit of time on the water and you'll develop a feel for where the fish are. I mean, you'll be able to spot those pockets behind boulders, those undercut banks, those overhanging logs, and you'll just have this feeling that there's a fish there, you know, based probably on experience, just the look of the spot, and you know, it's going to be a gut instinct at some point, and that's really all it boils down to. A solid presentation can mean the difference between catching fish or going home empty-handed. A key factor in fishing these small streams is to avoid spooking the fish. This can be best accomplished by approaching the water's edge slowly and keeping a low profile. When fishing baits or lures, it helps to cast slightly quartered downstream. Drift your presentation as naturally as possible under cut banks or other cover. Cover as much water as you can to entice as many fish as possible. Well, that's all we have time for today, my friends and fellow fishermen. While we haven't covered every detail of small stream fishing, I hope that some of these basic principles shared here help you to catch more fish, as well as enjoy your time while out on the water. Before we go, I would like to leave you with a few parting thoughts. You know, even when the fish aren't biting, I still love fishing these streams. I mean, there's just always so much to see and feel and do. You know, the feel of the water, the look of the current. There's always something going on in the woods. You know, there's some animals. There'll be a squirrel, you know, chattering at you. There'll be some birds singing, maybe a hawk soaring overhead. Just always so much to see. I mean, it's just always constantly entertaining.